For several episodes now, strange events have been piling up. What first seemed like a series of unfortunate accidents is starting to look much more deliberate. Livestock have become sick. Valuable resources have been compromised. Trusted relationships are beginning to crack under pressure. And now, many viewers believe that all the clues point toward a single person hiding in plain sight. But who is responsible? Is this part of a calculated plan to take control of the ranch? Is it a personal vendetta against Rip and Beth? Or is there an even bigger conspiracy unfolding behind the scenes? Let's break down every clue, every quietly. At first, nobody suspected foul play. Ranch life is unpredictable. Animals get sick. Equipment breaks down. Weather conditions create unexpected problems. But the problems at Rip and Beth's ranch didn't happen once. They happened again and again. Each new incident seemed to make the previous one look less like an accident and more like a carefully orchestrated attack. Rip was among the first to notice something wasn't right. Throughout the season, Rip has relied on his instincts. He's the kind of man who trusts actions more than words. While others search for simple explanations, Rip kept noticing details that didn't add up. The timing was suspicious. The damage was targeted. And the consequences always seemed to benefit someone else. That's when viewers started asking a very important question. What if someone wants the ranch to fail? The possibility changes everything. Because if these incidents are intentional, then someone has been operating from the shadows for a long time. Someone with knowledge. Someone with access. Someone who understands exactly how to hurt Rip and Beth where it matters most. Beth has also become increasingly suspicious. Unlike Rip, Beth approaches problems differently. She analyzes people. She studies motives. She looks for weaknesses. And lately, she's been acting like someone who believes an enemy is much closer than anyone realizes. Several scenes have shown Beth questioning explanations that others accepted immediately. She hasn't trusted the official story. She hasn't trusted convenient excuses. And perhaps most importantly, she hasn't trusted certain individuals around the ranch. That brings us to the suspect many fans are talking about, Beulah Jackson. From the moment Beulah became more involved in ranch affairs, there has been a cloud of uncertainty surrounding her. She's intelligent, she's ambitious, and she's always seemed to know more than she reveals. At first, her actions could be interpreted as concern for the ranch. But recent developments have forced viewers to reconsider everything. Could Beulah be playing a much bigger game? One of the strongest clues involves access. Who had the opportunity to interfere with ranch operations? Who had enough knowledge to create problems without immediately attracting suspicion? Who could move around the property without raising alarms? Beulah checks every box. Unlike an outside enemy, she wouldn't need to break in. She wouldn't need help gathering information. She wouldn't need to guess how the ranch operates. She already knows. That alone doesn't prove guilt, but it makes her one of the few people capable of carrying out such a plan. Then there's the issue of timing. Several suspicious incidents occurred shortly after key disagreements involving Beulah. Coincidence? Maybe, but in television storytelling, repeated coincidences are rarely accidental. Writers often plant clues long before revealing the truth. And when you examine the timeline carefully, Beulah seems connected to more events than anyone else. Another major clue comes from her behavior. Characters who are hiding something often reveal themselves through subtle reactions. A hesitation, a nervous glance, an unexpected response. Throughout the season, there have been several moments where Beulah's reactions felt unusual. She appeared uncomfortable during certain conversations. She seemed eager to redirect attention away from specific topics. And whenever questions about the ranch's problems surfaced, she often had explanations ready surprisingly fast. Some fans believe that's because she already knew what happened. After all, it's much easier to explain a crisis when you're the one Of course, there are other suspects. No mystery is complete without multiple possibilities. Some viewers believe a rival ranch owner could be responsible. Competition in the ranching world can be brutal. Land is power. Resources are power. Control is power. An enemy looking to weaken Rip and Beth would certainly have motivation, but there's a problem with this theory. Most outside rivals lack access. They might want the ranch to fail, but carrying out such precise attacks would be difficult. The incidents we've seen suggest inside knowledge. Whoever is responsible knows exactly where to strike. That's why many fans continue returning to the idea of an insider. Then there's a possibility that multiple people are involved. What if Beulah isn't acting alone? What if someone else is pulling the strings? This theory has gained momentum in recent weeks. Supporters argue that the scale of the attacks may require more than one person. They believe a larger conspiracy could be developing. If that's true, Beulah may not be the mastermind. She could simply be the visible piece of a much bigger operation. And that possibility should concern Rip and Beth even more. Because defeating one enemy is difficult enough. One particularly interesting clue involves motive. Why target Rip and Beth specifically? What makes them such a threat? The answer may lie in what they represent. Together, Rip and Beth have become the emotional center of the ranch. They are resilient, they are loyal, and they refuse to surrender. Anyone seeking control understands an important truth. As long as Rip and Beth stand together, the ranch remains strong. Breaking them apart would create chaos. Destroying their confidence would create weakness. And forcing them into survival mode would make it easier to seize power. That's exactly what we've been watching. The attacks aren't random. They're strategic. Each crisis places enormous pressure on Rip and Beth. Each setback drains resources. Each new problem creates conflict. But perhaps the most revealing clue came during a recent confrontation. Without directly accusing anyone, Beth made it clear she believes betrayal is involved. The look on her face said everything. She wasn't speaking to an outsider. She was speaking about someone close, someone trusted, someone familiar. That moment instantly fueled speculation across the fan community. Many viewers interpreted it as a hint from the writers, a signal that the real enemy is already inside the circle. And once again, attention shifted back to Beulah. She's avoided direct suspicion. She's maintained relationships. She's positioned herself as an ally. And she's allowed others to focus on alternative explanations. That's exactly how successful manipulators operate. They don't draw attention to themselves. They encourage people to look elsewhere. By the time the truth emerges, the damage is already done. Could that be what's happening here? Many fans think so. Let's imagine for a moment that the theory is correct. What happens next? The consequences would be enormous. Rip would feel personally betrayed. Beth would be furious. The ranch would face another major crisis, and trust throughout the community would collapse. The emotional fallout alone could reshape the entire series. Rip isn't someone who forgives betrayal easily. In fact, betrayal may be the one thing he takes more seriously than any other offense. If he discovers that someone he trusted deliberately harmed the ranch, his response could be explosive. Beth would likely be even more dangerous. Anyone familiar with her character knows she doesn't believe in second chances when it comes to enemies. If she uncovers proof, there will be consequences. Serious consequences. However, there's another possibility viewers shouldn't ignore. The writers may be setting a trap for the audience. Sometimes television mysteries are designed to make one suspect appear guilty, while the real culprit remains hidden. It's possible that Beulah is being framed by the story itself. Every suspicious clue could be intentional misdirection. Every strange reaction could have an innocent explanation. And if that's true, the eventual reveal could shock everyone. Imagine spending an entire season suspecting Beulah, only to learn that another character orchestrated everything from the shadows. That kind of twist would fit perfectly within the dramatic style of Dutton Ranch. Still, the evidence continues to stack up. Access, opportunity, knowledge, suspicious timing, questionable behavior, possible motive. When you combine all those factors, it's easy to understand why so many viewers believe the clues point toward one person. Whether she's acting alone or working with others remains unclear, but her name keeps appearing in every discussion, every theory, every investigation. And until new evidence emerges, she remains the leading suspect. As we move closer to the season's biggest revelations, one thing is becoming certain. The battle for the ranch is no longer just about land. It's about trust, it's about loyalty, and it's about uncovering the truth before it's too late. Rip and Beth have faced powerful enemies before. They've survived threats from outside forces. They've endured challenges that would have destroyed most people. But this situation feels different, because the danger may already be inside their world, watching, waiting, and preparing for the next move. The biggest question now isn't whether someone is trying to destroy Rip and Beth. The evidence suggests that someone clearly is. The real question is whether Rip and Beth will discover the truth before their enemy achieves their goal. Every clue matters. Every conversation matters. Every suspicious action matters. And with each passing episode, the mystery grows deeper. Will Beulah Jackson be exposed as the architect behind the ranch's troubles? Will another unexpected villain emerge in the shadows? Or will the truth be something nobody saw coming? Only future episodes can provide the answer.